Former President Jimmy Carter has an op-ed in which he says that the West needs to recognize Hamas as a legitimate player. What would Hamas need to do for Israel to sit directly across the table from them, as right now you are unwilling to do? I understand you and the United States consider, and many other countries consider Hamas to be a terrorist group. What do they need to do to change that?
Well, there are UN benchmarks that were put on the table, I think 10 years ago, by the then Secretary General Kofi Annan. He said Hamas has to recognize Israel's right to exist, which is something they refuse to do. I mean, their platform says Israel should be obliterated.
Well, the Likud platform says that there should not be a two-state solution. So
the Prime Minister has publicly endorsed that. So they have to accept that Israel has a right to exist. How can you be a partner in peace if you say one of the sides has to be destroyed, Israel? Second, Kofi Annan said, the UN Secretary General at the time said they have to renounce terrorism. Look, as long as they say every Israeli civilian is a legitimate target, as long as they say that we will conduct these terror operations, building tunnels and so forth, to send death squads into Israel, as long as that's their behavior, that's a problem as well.
I want to get some information about, there's been an announcement from the Israeli government, from the Israeli security services, that there was an arrest in the kidnapping of the 3 boys that in no small way was the precipitating factor for this entire horror. Who was arrested, and what has he said in terms of his relationship to Hamas, if any?
First of all, he is a senior member of Hamas, and the police are talking about this because he's currently under custody. Apparently, he was trying to illicitly cross the border into Jordan, but we got him in time.
About a month ago.
Yeah. His arrest, I hope, will lead to further arrests. We will get to the bottom of the murders of those 3 teenagers.
And there's information that he says that Hamas had something to do with the kidnappings?
He himself is Hamas.
All right, Mark Regev, thank you so much.